Hello, Blue Justin here. Still Justin, still not Blue, and it's time for the weekly haul. Now, there aren't too many titles here, but there are some interesting ones and ones that didn't actually have official release dates until very, very recently. And I think they're probably out today, as in the day you're watching this. And there's another one that I'm going to start off with that has come back into stock, so you might be interested in that too. So let's get started. Right, as I say, let's get started. And I had a little request thing in with Zavvi to remind me or let me know if one of their steelbooks came back into stock, and that was steelbook for Last Action Hero. Now, I've heard and seen on, I think it's Big Paulie's video, that though the design and picture is the same, the UK steelbook for this, as it has on quite a few others actually, I've noticed, slightly differs from the US exclusive in the sense of the finishes are different. The UK one seems to have much more of a matte or matte dull finish. You can't see it through this cellophane, but I think you can probably see in one of Big Pulley's videos, if you go and look for it, that the finish isn't quite as bright and shiny as one might expect. But and I think the US exclusive has got a much more gloss finish. However, as I said, I was just much more interested in getting the steelbook of this on the 4K because I feel the artwork on the Amaray was just rubbish and so boring, and it's worthy of certainly a purchase on this. So when I received the information the other day by email that they got some back into stock at around about the £25 mark for what's a 4K steelbook, so that's not too bad. I leapt on the opportunity. I believe, as of this morning anyway, that they've still got them in stock if you are after this artwork on a steelbook from the UK, rather than paying probably rather large amounts to try and get one from the US. Probably have to do it via eBay, so I would suggest that this is your best opportunity unless you are particularly rich or particularly keen on getting a gloss finish. Anyway, the next two I'm going to almost do as one. They're not the sort of style of film that I normally go for, but as it happens, I liked this next one when I actually did see it. And this is the Zavvi exclusive, I think, or no, it isn't a Zavvi exclusive, it's just a limited edition 4K steelbook for Saw. Now, I'm not really one for this type of, they call it torture porn type, that didn't sound good, did it, movie, but I gave this one a watch a few years ago on a DVD that someone lent me when I was staying away in a hotel. I watched it on my laptop, and I was actually pleasantly surprised at the fact that, yes, it obviously was worthy of its 18 rating and wasn't particularly pleasant, but at the same time it was actually quite clever and had a decent plot to it and nice twists that you didn't see coming, which I felt was very good. So I feel that certainly this first one is worthy of me getting it to rewatch. I'm sure my wife won't be watching it with me, but that's not really neither here nor there. I didn't follow up with watching really any of the rest because I was aware of the fact that to step up, if you like, the attractiveness of the follow-up films, they seemed to concentrate on making them more and more gory and not necessarily keeping the same level of intelligence or sophistication of the original. So I was just really interested in this one. I won't open it up, but I can say already that it's one of these steelbooks that has recently started to come to the fore, and I think it's that excellent idea where you've got a slip on it, but it's a clear plastic cellophane slip, and I don't know how much of it is which, but it could well be that a lot of the time they put the title on the cellophane type clear plastic slip, and that means that if you want to have the title on the cover like that, then you can just put it on the shelf with a very, very tight fitting slip, and you've got the title on there. And if you put someone who doesn't like the titles on the cover and you just want it for the pure artwork imagery, then you can just take off the plastic protected slip and either put it in your own one or just risk putting it on the shelf anyway and do it that way. So yeah, that's 4K limited edition of Saw. Now this one's probably going to be different for a lot of people. If you like that one, then a lot of people, I believe, didn't like this one, which is Spiral, from the book of Saw. Again, it's the same pattern of steelbook inside a plastic sleeve, which has probably got just I think has got the title on it. He's just trying to move it about just a little bit without opening it. So yeah, there you go with that. I think there are a couple of different variants of this particular steelbook that are about. Different pictures, similar ideas though. But this one, it sort of comes after as I understand it, it comes after the last of the standard Saw series and concentrates more on the investigation on trying to catch the Saw character, and therefore more on the detective side. And I haven't seen it, but that actually interests me, and so I will be very interested in watching this for the first time, even though I'm going to be missing out all the films in the middle. So there you go. And now we are on to this week's, and yes, I know it's happening a lot recently, it's just what I'm into at the moment. I'm trying them all out. The anime section. The first one I've got this week is something called Monster Musume Everyday Life with Monster Girls, where apparently the basic story is that the government changes their mind and suddenly acknowledges the existence of demi-humans, the species like harpies, centaurs, etc. And a lot of these female monsters all move into the same flat with one unsuspecting human, and apparently all fall in love with him, and there's the usual obvious chaos ensues. This one has got an English dub, the usual extras of which is quite often on anime titles. I noticed the opening and closing animation titles without text on them, animations, and it's got some little it's got the trailers and the video spots, possibly the Japanese ones, so that could be purely in Japanese. But this one's got, I'm pretty sure, 90% sure, it's got an English. It's got an English soundtrack, dub, as well as English subtitles if you want to watch it in the original Japanese. Talking of which, I'm just going to move on to the next one, which is Blade and Soul. I'm starting to come up with a couple of theories on the prices on anime titles. Now, it's been commented a few times that anime titles seem to be very, very expensive, and I have agreed with that in general, and I'm trying to work out not why, but necessarily, but what the particular things are that you can get them at a reduced price, unless you're just lucky enough to get them in a sale. The one thing I have noticed is if you have a release of a series, usually a series is about 10 or 12 episodes, if it's got an English dub, it tends to be around about the £20 or more mark, which is expensive, I accept. But if there is no English dub and it's purely Japanese with English subtitles, like this one, which is this one for the series, this one is when it says, you've also got to watch out when they say complete, because complete collection, because quite often they then do a second series, and they call the first series complete collection, and then they call the second series complete collection. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's over, but I don't think there's a second series of this one, so it is probably quite self-contained. But this one was only £6.30, so that was a very good price. But again, as I say, this one is, I think that a lot of it is down to the fact it's only in Japanese with English subtitles, and that makes it less saleable on outside of Japan, and a lot of people prefer it not to be the case. I mean, I would prefer a dub, but when the price difference is, I'm not sure you can get this one with a dub, so for £6, that's fine by me. Similarly, I've got this one, which is Triage X. Again, I think that again says it's the complete collection. This one, surprisingly enough, stayed quite low in price. It is around the £10, £11 mark, despite the fact that the other reason that I noticed that they tend to be quite expensive is that the Blu-rays often contain the whole series on Blu-ray and on DVD, like this one does. Even though it's still only in a standard width case, you've got all 10 episodes on, plus the OVA bits, on the 2 Blu-ray discs, and on there's another 3 discs of DVDs in there. So you've got 5 discs in a nice, reasonably sized case at least, in there, all for £11. But again, that's, I think, down to the fact that you've only got this in Japanese audio with English subtitles, which brings down the price, or rather means they don't put up the price. My other theory, by the way, part of my theories I'm working on at the moment, is one that I haven't got anything to demonstrate with because the title hasn't arrived yet, but that I have found one that is coming in at a very, very good price for a Blu-ray set, complete series part 2, and that's episodes 13 to 24 or something, and that was only £6 or £7. and that was actually English dubbed, so that was nice. But I think that is because the um, Series 1 is practically out of print, and to get hold of it, you have to end up paying about £28 for it or something like that. So maybe they hope they'll buy Series 2 for £6 or £7 and then think, oh, better pick up Series 1, that's only going to be £6 or £7 as well. And yeah, surprised, no, it isn't. Also, the one piece of advice I would give if you're going to look around for anime, there's a huge difference between different online shops. Now, most of the time, as I'm sure most of you collectors will know, if you go to Zavvi or Amazon or HMV, if they have the same title, chances are, yes, sometimes there'll be a couple of pounds difference, but usually it will be at the most a pound or two, or maybe if you catch one in the sale, a little bit more. But I've noticed with the anime titles, you can get shocking differences in price depending on where you go. I honestly was really surprised that sometimes you can go to Amazon and find something at £20, something like that. Then you go to Zavvi and you'll find it for 12, and sometimes it's the exact opposite. You'll go to Zavvi and it's 24. You go to Amazon and it's 7. And it's really mad. You really have to check before you go diving around and just go straight for the one where you normally buy all your things. I've also noticed and found that Zavvi have done good anime sales in the past as well. I managed to get the 4K Akira set in one of their sales and was very happy with that. That reduced it by 40%, something like that. I wish they'd do another one of those. But also, if you happen to be a red carpet member, the red carpet doesn't actually reduce steelbooks. It does stop you having to be charged for delivery of steelbooks, but it doesn't actually knock their standard percentage off. But with the anime titles, of course, it does. So you get a 10% odd, I think it's 10% odd reduction. So you've got to always take that into account when you're thinking prices. I actually went in recently and bought. I was doing a 3 for 30 or something like that, because they were all about £12 each or £11 each. I thought I'd just save myself a little bit of money. And in actual fact, by the time I'd taken off the 10% and the free delivery, in actual fact, the just by having red carpet, it came out less than the 30. So I wasn't actually getting anything out of their special 3 for 30 offer, but I still got it for less than that. So I was still a very happy person. Anyway, on to my next title, which isn't anime, so it's a little bit special. So I hope you like this one. And that title is The Dam Busters. Now, this is one I've been waiting to have a little drop in price, and Amazon did drop it this week. It's still expensive, but it's. I've been waiting for the limited edition one to drop. I wanted the little bits of extras in there. I wasn't particularly interested in the fact that you've got the DVDs as well as the Blu-rays in here, but I shall just run through you this. It's obviously a much thicker set than if you got the regular one. So there. So I'm just going to read through the DVD discs have got the feature on in different aspect ratios, and there's a third DVD disc with the special features on it. The one of the Blu-rays has got the feature in, I think, probably its original academic. I should probably put it up there because I'm never any good. Aspect ratio of 1.37 to 1, and the other Blu-ray disc has got it in the 1.7, probably more common transmission rate of 1.75 to 1 aspect ratio, and there is obviously all the features are on one of the Blu-rays as well, which has got a new featurette on the making of the Dam Busters documentary, a new restoration featurette, which is interesting. There's also a 617 Squadron Remembers, a 1955 Dam Busters reunion. What's a Dam Busters reunion? And the Dam Busters Royal Premiere in 1955, and the footage of the bombs tests, and Barnes Wallis, who invented the bouncing bomb documentary, and behind the scenes stills gallery. Oh, for what it's worth, the reason I'm wearing the Tornado t-shirt is, apart from its RAF supporting, 617 Squadron, which was the Dam Buster Squadron, obviously flew the Lancasters converted to drop the bouncing bombs for the Dam Busters raid in World War II to blow up the dams, Ruhr dams. But the 617 Squadron, I'm not sure if it's been disbanded now, but it certainly became a Tornado Squadron during the Gulf War. The 617 Squadron was equipped with Tornadoes. So yeah, this is one I'm really looking forward to seeing. There's also got the other reason it's quite so thick, apart from all the discs, as we know you can get lots of discs in if you really want to. You've got a 64-page booklet, an aerial photograph signed by the original 617 Squadron, the Chastise Lancaster, which is Operation Chastise was the name of the raid, or the name given to the operation for the raid. Chastise Lancaster's poster, and 5 art cards. Whereas I'm not normally a big art cards type person, that little set of extras as a World War II fan, buff, really made me interested in getting this, paying out the extra for this specific set. So that's that. And finally, for this week, I got this new Arrow release. This one is again, if you're interested in looking, it is only in Japanese with English subtitles. It's also only in black and not only, but I'm just saying, but it's in black and white. I think it's 1968, and it's in Japanese 1.0 mono, but it's an Arrow title, so it'll have excellent restoration, high definition presentation, uncompressed mono audio, optional obviously English subtitles, otherwise I would be in trouble. New commentary from a film historian, a newly filmed interview with manga and folklore scholar, a theatrical trailer, an image gallery, and a reversible sleeve featuring the original and new commissioned artwork. I actually haven't seen what's inside the sleeve, so I'll see if I can get it open for you and show you that, because I've got a couple of minutes until. Right, managed to get it open, and there you go. That's the proper front cover of the slip. Snake Girl and the Silverhead Witch. Can't quite read that. It's quite an interesting premise, and by the way, it's the director from the Gamera series, which has also been quite big releases recently. This one is a phantasmagorical slice of twisted terror, ostensibly made for children that will irreparably traumatise any child that sees it. Apparently, a young Gail is reunited with her estranged family after years in an orphanage. but trouble lurks within the walls of the large family home. Her mother is an amnesiac after a car accident 6 months earlier. Her sullen sister is confined to a hidden attic room, and a young housemaid dies inexplicably of a heart attack just before she arrives. Is it all connected to her father's work in studying venomous snakes and the fanged serpentine figure that haunts her dreams, spying on her through holes in the wall? Is it the same one that's mine, etc.? And this is its worldwide Blu-ray debut outside of Japan, rarely screened, nightmarishly disoriented, and seldom seen side of the director. And it's apparently based on Umezu's comics, which are published in English language as markets as Reptilia, and anticipates many of the trends seen in J-horror years and years later. As I said, this is 1968, I believe. So yeah, we've got and apparently we've got shapeshifters in here as well, I've been told by some of the review. Anyway, just taking that strip off for a moment. Obviously we've got, that's the standard. Oh, we just know we're going to get something. And we've got a nice little set of the art cards. That's just advertising for the girl with the crystal bird with crystal plumage. And that's a nice little booklet. Some pictures and some text. Does the details of the cast and crew at the front. And a little bit of thing about the symbolism that's involved. I shall turn around the case, or I'll try to. Though it says it'll on the back that it would traumatise any child, it is actually only 12 rated, so maybe it's not quite as traumatic as they're making out, but I suppose it depends on the child, and maybe they're thinking that because it's old and black and white then they won't be quite so worried. I don't know. Wait, that is your alternative reversible artwork from Arrow, and I'm just going to put the booklet away before I forget. And then pop it back in its nice slip case. And now I haven't got any more titles to show you. All I've got is just a quick show and tell on what I'm going to be watching this afternoon in preparation for going to the cinema next weekend. Going to be cracking open the Spectre Steelbook. Nice little 4K Steelbook, which I've been waiting to open up for a while. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will hopefully see you again next week, and I hope you really liked this video. It's a little bit shorter than usual, and if you did like it, please hit like. Helps the channel so much. If you're interested in finding out about any more of my unboxings or my haul videos that are coming up, and other things that I have honestly still got planned, and actually some of the stuff I'm going to be showing is just here ready, but I'm not quite prepared for it yet, then please hit subscribe and the notification bell so you'll find out about it as soon as it's ready to go, or as soon as it's out. Also, you can join my Facebook group page for Blue Justin. The link is in the description below for all my videos, and if you ever want to contact me directly, either do it through Facebook, or if you're not on Facebook, My Instagram link is also in the description for my videos, so please feel free to do that at any time. But obviously, if you do, I'd like more people to join the Facebook group, because the more people there, the more I can actually have an interaction with you and find out what you like. I mean, at the moment, unfortunately, it is a lot of me saying, look what's out, look what's coming out. But please, always feel free to comment on any of my posts and say um, uh, how you think I could potentially improve, or what you did or didn't like about anything particular. If you didn't want to actually put that on the actual YouTube comments itself, suggestions are always welcome. Uh, and I think I'm up to about 32 members now, so not too many. So I'll be able to see anybody who posts. Is going to be pretty unusual to have that happen, so because there's so few people, relatively speaking, there. So I will see your posts quite quickly, so I'll be able to respond to them. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. As I said, hope you liked it, and I shall see you at least the earliest next weekend for my next haul video. And in the meantime, please enjoy the TV, please enjoy the films you're watching, and hope you get to go and see James Bond very soon at the cinema if you're interested, like I am. Shaken, not stirred.